What if I told you that a regular-looking quarter from 1976, the kind that might be sitting in your pocket right now, could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's 100% true. Today, we're talking about the 1976 Bicentennial quarter, and trust me, this is not just any quarter. Some versions of this coin are so rare and valuable that people have paid tens of thousands of dollars for them, and one of them even sold for over $200,000. That's more than some people's houses or cars. And guess what? These coins are still out there. So before you spend your change or dump out that old coin jar, watch this video until the end. You might have a treasure sitting right under your nose. Let's start with a little background. The Bicentennial quarter was made to celebrate the 200th birthday of the United States. That's right, 1776 to 1976. Instead of the regular quarter design, this one has a special back, or reverse side, that shows a drummer boy holding a drum with a torch of victory behind him. It's one of the most iconic U.S. coin designs ever made. Now here's something cool, this special design wasn't just used for 1 year. These quarters were made in 1975 and 1976, but every single one says 1776 to 1976 on it. That's part of what makes them unique. The U.S. Mint produced over 1.6 billion bicentennial quarters. So yes, most of them are very common. But not all of them. Among those billions of coins, a very small number are worth a fortune. And today, I'll show you exactly what to look for so you can spot the rare ones and possibly cash in big. First, let's talk about errors and varieties. These are coins that were made with mistakes, or that were struck in a way that's different from the standard. These are the coins collectors go crazy for, and they're willing to pay big money. One of the most valuable types is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is stamped twice, but not in the exact same place. You can usually see it in the letters like Liberty or In God We Trust, or sometimes in the drummer's hands or drumsticks. If you have a 1976 bicentennial quarter with strong doubling and it's in good condition, it could be worth $500, $1,000, or even more. Another super rare and expensive type is the off-metal error. This means the coin was struck on the wrong kind of metal. The most famous one. A bicentennial quarter that was accidentally struck on a 40% silver planchet, a coin blank meant for collectors' coins, not regular circulation. One of these error coins sold for over $19,000 at auction. Even crazier. A bicentennial quarter that was struck on a dollar coin planchet. That means it was the size and metal of a dollar coin but had a quarter design. One of these is so rare, it sold for over $220,000. So yes, it is 100% possible for a 25-cent coin to be worth over $200,000. Let's also talk about high-grade coins. This is where the value can go way up even without errors. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the better the condition. A regular 1976 quarter from your change might be grade 20 or 30. But if you have one that looks brand new, with no scratches, perfect shine, and strong detail, it might be grade MS 67, MS 68, or even MS 69. These super high-grade coins are rare. Most quarters don't survive that long in perfect shape. But if you have a 1976 bicentennial quarter in MS 67, it could sell for $200 to $500. If it's MS 68, it could be worth $1,000 to $3,000. And an MS 69 silver bicentennial quarter has sold for over $19,000. Now, let's talk about the silver bicentennial quarters, because a lot of people don't know about these. Most 1976 quarters are made of copper and nickel. But the U.S. Mint also made special collector sets that used 40% silver. These were never meant to be used in regular change, but sometimes people spent them by mistake. If you find a silver bicentennial quarter in your change, you've got something rare. You can tell by the edge silver coins don't have the usual copper-colored ring. They're solid silver looking all the way through. A silver bicentennial quarter, even without errors, can be worth $5 to $25. But in perfect condition, it can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, how can you find one of these rare and valuable coins? Here's what to look for. Check the date. It should say 1776 to 1976. That's how you know it's the bicentennial version. Look for errors like doubling in the letters, missing details, weird shapes, or off-center designs. Check the edges. If there's no copper line and it looks all silver, you might have a silver version. Check the condition. The shinier, cleaner, and sharper the coin looks, the higher its grade could be. Weigh it. A regular quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. A silver one is a little heavier. A coin scale can help. Use a magnifier. Errors can be small. A coin loop or even your phone's camera can help you zoom in. If you think you found a rare one, don't clean it. Cleaning coins can lower their value. Instead, put it in a coin holder or soft cloth, and think about getting it graded by a professional company like PCGS or NGC. These companies will tell you the exact grade of your coin, and if it's a rare variety or error, they'll confirm it. Once it's graded, it can sell for much more to collectors, investors, or even at auction. The truth is, the 1976 bicentennial quarter is one of the most loved and most collected coins in America. And while most are only worth a quarter, some are worth a small fortune. And the best part? They're still out there. You might have one in a coin jar, in an old drawer, or mixed in with your pocket change. You never know until you look. So before you spend your next quarter, take a second and check. Because the next time you reach into your pocket, this coin might look just like every other quarter, but believe it or not, some of these coins are worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, seriously. A simple coin you might already have could be hiding in your change, and it could be worth way more than you think. Let's go back to 1999. That was the first year the United States started the 50-state quarters program. This program made special quarters to celebrate every state in the U.S., with 5 new states released each year. People loved collecting them. Some people even started saving every single one. The last quarter released in 1999 was the Connecticut quarter. It shows a big old tree on the back called the Charter Oak. This tree is very important in American history, especially for the people of Connecticut. It's a beautiful design, full of small details in the branches and trunk. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Connecticut quarter with a D on it was made at the Denver Mint. The U.S. Mint made a lot of them, over 400 million. So most of these coins are pretty common. You can still find them in your pocket today. But just because there were a lot made doesn't mean they're all the same. Some of these coins have mistakes, and some are in perfect condition, and those are the ones that collectors go crazy for. Let's talk about the rare ones. First, we have error coins. These are coins that were made wrong at the mint. For example, some 1999 D Connecticut quarters were struck off-center. That means the design is not in the right place. You might see part of the tree cut off, or the edge might look funny. These off-center quarters can be worth $200 to $1,000, depending on how big the error is. The bigger the mistake, the more the coin is worth. Then there are coins with something called a double die. That happens when the coin design gets stamped twice by accident. If you look closely, you'll see the letters or parts of the tree look like they're doubled. These coins are very popular with collectors, and if you find one in good shape, it could sell for $500, $2,000, or even more. There are other errors too. Some coins were made with broken dies, which leaves raised lines or blobs on the coin. These are called die cracks or cuts. They might not look perfect, but that's exactly what makes them special. Some people will pay $100, $500, or even $1,000 or more for these. Next, let's talk about coin grades. When a coin is in super clean condition, like it just came from the mint, it can be worth much more than a coin that's been used in regular shopping. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Most quarters you find are probably between grade 20 and 60, because they've been used and have scratches or wear. But a coin that is graded MS 67, MS 68, or MS 69 is nearly perfect. Now listen to this. A 1999 D Connecticut quarter graded MS 67 might sell for around $100 to $300. But one graded MS 68 has sold for over $1,000, and a super rare MS 69 has sold for over $25,000 at auction. Yes, that's $25,000 for one quarter. It's not common, but it's real. This is why so many people are now checking their change, their old coin jars, and their childhood coin collections. So, how can you know if you have one of these rare coins? First, look for the date. It should say 1999. Then, look just above the date for a small letter. If it says D, it was made in Denver. That's the one we're talking about today. Then, look at the coin closely. Is everything centered? Is anything doubled? Do you see weird lines, blobs, or cracks? If you have a magnifying glass or a coin loop, use it. These small details can make a big difference. Also check the condition. Is it shiny? Is the design sharp and clear? Are there no scratches or dents? A coin in great condition is always worth more. If you think your coin looks special, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can actually ruin its value. Just put it in a soft cloth or plastic holder to protect it. If you think you found a valuable one, the best thing to do is send it to a coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. They will check it, grade it, and send it back in a sealed case with a label. Once it's graded, you can sell it on sites like eBay, heritage auctions, or even to local coin dealers. Some collectors will pay big money for a rare Connecticut quarter in top condition or with a unique error. So why is the 1999 D Connecticut quarter so special compared to other quarters? First, it was part of the first year of the state quarters, so it's more important in history. Second, the tree design has lots of small lines, which makes it easier to spot errors like doubling. Third, the Denver Mint had some problems in the early years of the program, so error coins are more likely from that mint. And finally, people are just now starting to realize how valuable these quarters can be. That means the market is hot, and prices are rising. What used to be just pocket change is now a collector's item worth real money. So, the next time you get change from the store, don't just throw it in a jar. Take a second and check your quarters. Look for 1999. Look for the D. And most importantly, look for anything strange or anything that looks new and shiny. You might be holding something worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars and you didn't even know it. Today, we're going to talk about the 1999 P. Georgia State Quarter. It might just be one of the most valuable state quarters ever made. And if you have the right one, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. So don't blink, don't skip, and definitely don't spend your coins until you've checked them carefully, because the rare Georgia quarter is out there, and someone will find it. Maybe it's you. Let's go back to 1999. This was the very first year of the U.S. State Quarters program, a 10-year coin series where each state got its own unique quarter design. 5 new state quarters came out every year, starting in 1999. Georgia was the 4th state released that year. Its quarter came out on July 19, 1999, and it features a beautiful design of the state's outline, the peach, Georgia's state fruit, live oak branches, and a banner that says, Wisdom, Justice, Moderation. The design is clean and sharp, but more importantly it's also one of the quarters that came out during the early, more error-prone period of the state quarters program. That's why some 1999 P. Georgia quarters are worth way more than just 25 cents. The P means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Over 450 million Georgia quarters were struck there, so most of them are common. But not all. Some Georgia quarters from the Philadelphia Mint have serious mistakes, and those are the ones collectors are willing to pay big money for. Let's talk about these rare and valuable versions, starting with error coins. These are coins that were made with problems during minting, problems that make them rare and valuable. One of the most famous is the wavy flag error or clash die errors, where part of the coin design looks distorted or doubled. These strange but awesome mistakes can increase a coin's value by hundreds, even thousands of dollars. There's also a rare error known as a broad strike. This happens when a coin is struck without the collar that gives it a normal round edge. The result is a slightly stretched or pancaked coin. A 1999 P Georgia quarter with this error can sell for $100 to $500 or more, depending on its condition. Then there are off-center errors, where the design is not placed correctly and parts of the image or lettering are missing. The more off-center the strike is, while still showing the date, the more it can be worth. Some of these off-center Georgia quarters have sold for $250, $700, even over $1,000 at auction. But wait, it gets even better. Some 1999 P Georgia quarters were struck on the wrong type of metal planchet, meaning it wasn't even a quarter blank. These off-metal errors include coins struck on nickel or penny blanks. One of these off-metal error Georgia quarters once sold for over $5,000. Now let's talk about high-grade coins, because even a normal Georgia quarter can be worth a fortune if it's in the best condition possible. Coins are graded from 1 to 70. A grade of MS 60 means it's uncirculated but has some marks. A grade of MS 67 or higher means it's almost perfect. These high-grade coins are rare, especially from 1999, when the minting process wasn't as smooth as later years. A 1999 P Georgia quarter graded MS 67 can be worth $300 to $800. But if it's MS 68 or higher, prices jump into the thousands. One MS 68 Georgia quarter sold for over $3,500 at auction. Imagine finding that in your drawer. But the real dream? An MS 69 Georgia quarter. That's one step below perfect. These are extremely rare, and one of them reportedly sold for over $10,000. Just imagine one perfect-looking quarter from 1999 could be worth more than a used car. So how do you know if your Georgia quarter is valuable? First, check the mint market should have a P just above the date. That means it came from Philadelphia. Then, look at the coin's condition. Is it shiny? No scratches or dents. Strong detail in the design. It could be a high-grade coin. Next, look closely for errors. You can use a magnifying glass or coin loop. Look at the letters below. Any of them look doubled. Are there strange bumps, lines, or missing parts? Is the coin off-center? Does the edge look weird? Any of these signs could mean your quarter is a rare error coin worth hundreds or thousands. Also, check the weight of the coin. A regular quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If your coin weighs more or less than that, it might have been struck on the wrong metal. That kind of error can be worth a lot, but you'll need a digital scale to find out. If you think you found a valuable Georgia quarter, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value. Just handle it carefully by the edges and put it in a coin holder or a soft cloth. Then, you can send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you the exact grade and help confirm if it's a real error. Once it's graded, your coin's value can go way up, and you can sell it to collectors or through auction sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions. The truth is, people are just starting to realize how valuable some of these state quarters really are. Especially from 1999, when the mint was still adjusting to the new designs and mistakes were more common. That's why Georgia, being one of the first quarters released, is getting so much attention. So don't ignore your spare change. Don't throw those quarters into a vending machine or tip jar until you check them. You could be giving away hundreds, thousands, or even a $10,000 coin without even knowing it. Check your wallet, your coin jar, your car cup holder, anywhere coins are hiding. The rare 1999 P. Georgia quarter is out there. People are finding them every year. Why not you?